everyone. I'm here with Mindy Kaling, and we're talking about health, advocacy, all of the good things that we get to enjoy in life. So, being a woman in Hollywood, and especially a woman of color, as everyone likes to call us, what would you say your rose and thorn is of growing up in this industry?
Oh my gosh, this is what I do with my kids every night at dinner. What was your rose of your day and what was your thorn of the day? The rose is the people that I get to work with. I love to be able to launch shows like Never Have I Ever and The Sex Lives of College Girls and take these really relatable situations like family at home, Southern California, kids at freshman year in college, and fill them with people that we've never seen before, but but has the level of joke writing about from like that of the shows that I've worked on before, like The Office. So that's the rose, is being able to launch these talents, find writing directors, people behind the scenes who normally get these opportunities. The thorn is that it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and I'm not the same that I was when I was like 22, 23, where I could work like 16 hours a day and go out afterwards and everything. So now it's like I don't have as much time as I would want to spend on things like seeing my kids and everything like that. But it's that's a pretty small thorn compared to the rose.
You have written so many shows that are part of the cultural zeitgeist, and you really just have given women a space to like be themselves in a way that no one did for us, I feel like.
That's so nice. Thank you.
So I do have to ask you, so many great shows, but The Office reboot, is it Mindy approved? What are your thoughts on this?
I don't know a ton about it, except, Greg Daniels, who was the one who adapted the original Office, was my boss and gave me my first shot at writing and TV, is also in charge of this. So I think that bodes really well. He's so talented, and I just can't wait to see it. But I know nothing about it more than, what I've read online.
So you can't even say it's Mindy approved yet?
I can't. I bet you it's Mindy approved. It would be shocking if it wasn't, unless it was personally attacking me. I think I.
Do you think you'd ever be involved in some way, like do a cameo writing?
Oh my gosh, I love the team behind it so much. So like if they called me, I'm sure I would love to hear what they had in mind. Yeah.
When is a time in your life that you have had to advocate for yourself that felt really uncomfortable? Every day.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a good question. I mean, things are so much better, I think, than they used to be in terms of like representation and all the things that I'm sure you talk about all the time. I think when I was writing the Mindy Project, when I was at the office, just this idea that I could go from being a really small character on an amazing show and then be like, well, I could be the lead of another one. I really had to to launch a show, there's so many ways that it could go wrong and so many people telling you that it's not going to work because historically so few of them stay on the air. So for me, that took a huge leap of faith.
They do say we all sort of turn into our parents when we have children. What is some way that you think you've channeled your parents in a good or bad or like funny way that kind of surprised you?
I have been lucky because my mom was an OBGYN, and when you're an OBGYN, you've really seen it all. Like nothing shocks you. And so she was someone who, at the first sign of anything that you might have a question about, she was like, go to someone who is an expert. This idea of diagnosing yourself online. How many times have you just like stayed up all night because something freaked you out about something you saw about Googling a symptom, right? Yep. And so she was the sort of queen of like, get to the bottom of it.
So, let's get back to shame around women's health and health stuff in general. I feel women are judged for having a baby, not having a baby, having your period. And there's a lot of, especially with psoriasis, like shame with all these health conditions. So how are you trying to change that?
When you go to your doctors, like so much of times when I go to my doctor's office, they sit there and like, do you have any questions for me? And I'm like, oh my goodness, I know I do, but I can't think of any right now. And I didn't do any of my research. And it's going to be another year till I see you again. And so the website is an incredible resource and does so much of that work for you. And for me, especially because with how busy I am, just finding these different places where it just can like make things easier for me.
Pivoting a bit to being a parent.
Yeah.
What is something like your kids have taught you recently?
What are some things that my kids have taught me? Well, one thing that my kids taught me is they have some like really strong opinions about my fashion. When I was going to the Met Gala, I had this whole group of people there. I was wearing this gorgeous gown, and my daughter came in and we're like, so Kit, what do you think? And she's like, I love it. You look like a princess. And then we're like, my son like noodled in, and we're like, what do you think? And he was like, I don't like it. And I was like, what? How did he even have this, like, he's 3. And it was really embarrassing because everyone in there had worked on it. So we'd be like, get out of here. And I was like, forgive him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
That's the patriarchy.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
I love it.